So last day we have ended our discussion over here. We have seen that what is pumping lemma and how we can prove our language is not regular. That is with the help of the method of contradiction technique. So let's see some example right now. So we will start with an example. Suppose L is a language uh, and the language is say a to the power n, b to the power n, such that n greater than equal to 1. Suppose this is the language and you have to prove that this language is not regular. So as we have discussed last day that the idea of pumping lemma is basically for proving the language is not regular is actually basically a method of contradiction. What does that mean? That means we will assume the language is regular first, and according to the pumping lemma theorem, if the language is regular, then this EV to the power IW, which is three different part of the string generated by the language, such that the conditions 1 and condition 2 holds. So this UV to the power IW for all I should be in the language. Should be. But if I find any I for which we find that UV to the power IW is not in the language, then we can claim that our assumption was wrong, and that's why the opposite assumption will be correct, that is the language is not regular. The you know the idea of proving a language is not regular is something like this. So, and what this language means, this language we have some amount of A's, say some a number of A's, and then B, some number of B's. And suppose this length is n. I'm sorry. So if I consider this length of A is n and length of B is obviously has to be n. So total length of this is basically like this mod sign actually used for length in case of automata theory is equal to 2n, right? I mean length of all A's plus length of all B's. That means equal to 2n, as simple as that. So the first criteria that we have over here, that we will take a string having length greater than equal to n. We have taken that. Now what you have to do? We have to think about these two criteria. That means the three different part that we will consider in the string should have should follow the criteria. Now you see, uh, I mean, let's write it here again that A says 4 A's and then 4 B's. It's a possible string in the language. Now, some part is A, some part is Y, and some part is Z. Now, there are actually three possibilities you can take. You can consider that Y part, the middle part, is actually made of all A's. I mean, Y contain only A. It's possible case. Another possibility is that Y contain only B, and third possibility can be Y contain some combination of A and B. I mean, a situation can be something like this is X, this part is Y, and this part is Z. I mean, not X, Y, Z. Let's take U, V, W, so that you can relate with the previous claim. So this is U, this is V, and this is W. This is one possible scenario. Another possible scenario can be something like A, say the same string, that the whole thing is X, I'm sorry, U, this one may be say V, and this one can be W. And third possibility can be something like, say this is A, this is U, this is say Y, V, and this is W. So any situation is possible, right? Now, as we have seen over here that we have to somehow find for some I for which this one is not in the language. So what actually we have to do, we cannot take an example something like this, because you know n can be anything. That's why we have to prove it in a general way. That means if I assume, let's assume the for case number 1, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. So let's assume case number 1, that the y is basically, or v is made of some amount of a. Suppose the number of a that we have in the v part is k. That is, the length of v is say equal to k. Okay. So naturally the length of u will be equal to what? Will be equal to n minus k, because total length of u plus v is n. This one I know that this is value is n, and this is also n. A to the power n, b to the power n. Right. Now, this is actually following the criteria that we require over here. That is uv, that is combination of the length is lesser than equal to n. Yes, this is there correct, because it's equal to n. N plus k minus k means n, and length of v is greater than equal to 1. There will be at least one character. That means I must say that k must be not equal to 0, right? If I consider k is not equal to 0, then my assumption, then my whatever I have considered is correct. And obviously the w part length is obviously n. Now, if we pump this v part a little bit, say for example, for I equal to 0, the situation is something like the length of the string w, the length of the string should be, say string is say x. Okay, so suppose the string is x, this is the string x. The length of x is what? I have considered I equal to 0. That means not x actually, I must say that u v to the power iw. I'm sorry, I must say the length of u v to the power iw, because that is what we have to prove. U v to the power iw. What does it mean? Means v has repeated I times. Now, if I consider I equal to 0, means v has not even repeated once. That means you can imagine that there is no v part. So if you omit the v part from this particular string, only this u and w will left. So that means it will be something like, even I don't need to write length, forget about this one, length we will consider later. u v to the power iw means what? U v to the power iw means a to the power n minus k, and b to the power n, right? Now since k is not equal to 0, we have already considered, that mean n minus k not equal to 0 means must have some value, I mean maybe 1. So n minus k must be lesser than n, right? So that means this a to the power n minus k, b to the power n is not in the form, sorry, in form of a to the power n, b to the power n. If it is not in form of a to the power n, b to the power n, that means for I equal to 0, that means for I equal to 0, u v to the power iw is not in the language, because if it is was really in language, in that case for u I equal to 0, I will get some expression of a and b in form of a to the power n, b to the power n, and that we are not able to find out. And since this is not in the language, we can say that okay, this is the language is not regular, and that's why it's happened. So my assumption was wrong. The language is regular. So the correct assumption is the language is not regular. Even you can take other condition also, that for, I mean, say if I take case number 2, if I consider case 2, in case of case 2, basically V is made of some amount of B. The similar situation will arise over here. So that means in that case, again you can assume that V part length is equal to K, but some number of V, some number of B is there, where K is obviously not equal to 0. Length of U is basically N, and length of W will be equal to N minus K, right? So in that case, so in this case for I equal to 0, U v to the power iw, we will get basically a to the power n, because u is, length of u is n, and length of v vanished because v is 0 times v is repeated, and for w it is n minus k, that means b to the power n minus k, which is obviously not in form of a to the power n, b to the power n, because again the same situation, that k, since k is not equal to 0, that means n minus k can never be equal to n. That means this one is not in the form of a to the power n, b to the power n, that means the u v to the power iw is not in the language. And also if you consider case 3, just what we have seen in case 3, that v made of some amount of a and b, right? So that means you can assume that v is basically, let's take u first. Okay, let's define v first, then we will think about u and w. So length of v obviously equal to, say, some number of, say, okay, let's define how v look like. Suppose we are dividing the uv part, something like u is I am taking as a to the power say n minus k, and w part we have considered b to the power suppose n minus l. Why n and k and l I have considered? Because we are considering v some number of a and some number of b, combination of that. So that means a to the power k and b to the power l. Okay. So if you just add the length of this UVW, you will find they are actually a to the power n, b to the power n, because some k number of a I have taken from the u part to add in the v part. That's why n minus k and k. And some l amount of b I have taken from the w part and add in the v part. That's why n minus l and n minus l in the w part and b to the power l in the v part. Right. So now, if for some amount of I, say, I mean, for some value of I, if I repeat this V part, how it will look like? Say, for I equal to, say, 2, just 2. What does it mean? It means that U V to the power 2 W. What does it mean? It means U V V W. So V has repeated 2 times. That means the string will be something like a to the power n minus k, then followed by a to the power k, b to the power l, then followed by again a to the power k, b to the power l, then w part, that is b to the power n minus l. So that means it is something like, you cannot, it's not multiplication, right? So this part is the concatenation. So all these are concatenated still. That means you can say that it's a to the power n, b to the power l, then a to the power k, then b to the power n again. Why I have written this one? Because if you just think about their concatenated, that means n minus k number of a followed by k number of a. So as a whole, n number of a. In this side also, l number of b followed by n minus l number of b. If you write them as a whole, it will be basically n number of b, right? So ultimately these two has mixed up. Fine. But these two is not possible. That's why this b to the power l and a to the power k left. But this is not in the form of a to the power n, b to the power n, because we have already considered that k is not equal to 0 and a is also not equal to 0. Sorry, I have not written this one. By the way, I should write it. Here I should write it, that k must be not equal to 0 and l must be not equal to 0. So that means, since this is not in the form of the a to the power n, b to the power n, that means for I equal to 2, u v to the power I w is not in the language. That means my assumption was wrong. Hence, I can say that x, I mean not x actually, l is the LEs are not regular language at least. And this is proved. So in this way we can prove whether a language is regular or not.